From 1957, when EMS Namboodiripad led Kerala to form the world's first democratically elected communist government, the left had remained in power in at least one state in India, barring a brief period between 1959 and 67. Even in that interval, in 65, they emerged as the largest party in Kerala but could not form a government, reflecting both their strength and the instability of the time. With Pinarayi Vijayan's government voted out after 10 years, there is no longer a communist-led government in any Indian state. For the first time since the era of linguistic reorganization, the left's uninterrupted presence in state power has come to an end.
For nearly 70 years, no matter how dramatically India's political map changed, one thing remained constant. Somewhere in the country, the left was in power. From Kerala to West Bengal to Tripura, communist governments remained an unbroken part of India's democratic story, shaping governance, welfare, land reforms, and political discourse across generations. But now, that historic red arc has finally been broken. For the first time since states were reorganized on linguistic lines, the left's uninterrupted hold on state power has come to an end. The story began in 1957. When EMS Namboodiripad led the communists to victory in Kerala, it was not just an Indian milestone, it was a global political earthquake. For the first time, a communist government had come to power through democratic elections, a revolution through the ballot. However, this groundbreaking experiment was cut short. In 1959, the Congress-led union government dismissed the Kerala Communists administration using Article 356. But that could not kill the left in Kerala. Even during the unstable years that followed, including the turbulent phase between 1959 and 1967, the left remained electorally powerful. In 1965, it once again emerged as Kerala's largest political force, though instability denied it office. Then came another historic turning point. In 1964, the Communist Party split. The CPI and CPM emerged as separate political entities. The CPI often adopted a more accommodative approach, at times aligning with Congress. The CPIM, however, sharpened its ideological edge, building its strength among workers and peasants. Then came the emergency. The emergency reshaped Indian politics. It pushed opposition parties, including the left, to rethink strategy. That is when the left entered a new phase of coalition politics. In Kerala, the Left Democratic Front. In West Bengal and Tripura, the Left Front. These were durable political machines. West Bengal became the crown jewel. From 1977 to 2011, uninterrupted left rule for 34 years. Land reforms, rural empowerment, and local governance created a powerful base. But over time, strength turned into stagnation, economic decline, industrial resistance, centralization of power, political fatigue. The Red Fortress eventually collapsed. Tripura followed a similar trajectory. Only Kerala was left and the state remained unique. Power alternated between the left and Congress-led fronts. This prevented stagnation and forced adaptation. That is why Pinarayi Vijayan's consecutive win in 2021 was historic. But continuity brought pressure. 10 years in power created fatigue. Economic concerns grew sharper. Minority consolidation, both Muslim and Christian, combined with erosion among OBC and Dalit voters, weakened the left's base. And with that, the final communist-led government in India fell.
At present, there is no state government with a left party anywhere in the country. And perhaps this is happening for the first time in the last 6 decades. I do not think that this is because the relevance of the left thought or left politics has ended in India. It is for the left parties to decide how they are going to reinvent themselves and adapt themselves more critically to the demands of the new times. They can more realistically address the realities of India and make themselves more relevant in the current political reality.
This is not just another electoral loss. It is the end of an uninterrupted political continuum that began in 1957 and survived splits, coalitions, the emergency, liberalization, and the rise of new political forces.
The organizational strengths that once sustained the left have at times struggled to adapt to this new terrain, which brings us back to the present. There is no communist-led state government in India at this moment, but there are still legislators, still cadres, still an organizational network that extends far beyond electoral politics. The question is no longer about survival, it is about reinvention. Some argue that what held them back was a reluctance to engage more deeply with the complexities of Indian society, particularly the caste question, even as class remained central to their politics. Others contend that at crucial moments they drifted too far into dogmatic positions, losing the flexibility that had once enabled their rise. Either way, the path ahead is clear. If the left is to regain relevance, it must recalibrate its approach, rethink its social coalitions, and respond to a changing political and economic landscape without losing sight of its core commitments.